Buzz, welcome back to the channel where we dive into the hottest and most exciting stories in the world of K-pop. And today we're talking about something that's shaking up the charts and firing up fans all over the world. ATEEZ is officially back, and they did not come to play. Yes, ATEEZ has made their long-awaited comeback with their 12th mini-album, Golden Hour Part 3. And let me tell you, they're not just coming back, they're coming back swinging. The album dropped on the 13th, which, by the way, was only about 7 months since Golden Hour Part 2. So it's not even been that long, and yet the level of hype feels like we've been starving for years. So let's get into it. Right, out the gate, Golden Hour Part 3 topped Hanteo Chart's real-time physical album chart. That's a huge deal because Hanteo tracks actual sales from stores in real time, meaning people were literally rushing to buy this album as soon as it dropped. It also topped Circle Chart's real-time retail album chart. Basically, ATEEZ came in, saw the charts, and said, yeah, we'll take those. And internationally, oh, they're not just dominating Korea. The album hit number 6 on the Apple Music Worldwide Album Chart. That's across all countries. Not K-pop charts? All music? They came in 2nd in Malaysia, 3rd in Indonesia, 5th in Taiwan and Kazakhstan. The reach is insane. Like, are we finally admitting that ATEEZ is no longer just a rising group? Because at this point, they're the main event. And can we talk about the title track, Lemon Drop? This song has been everywhere. It went straight to number 1 on the Bug's real-time chart, and within hours of release, the entire album had multiple tracks ranking from number 1 through number 5. You heard that right. Every song was trending. That's not easy to do unless your fandom is strong and your music actually delivers. I have to be honest. I was a little unsure when I first heard the title Lemon Drop. I mean, it sounds more like a summer drink than a power anthem, right? But then I watched the music video and boom, mind blown. It's funky, energetic, sharp, and so visually interesting. They didn't hold back on the choreography, the styling is crazy bold, and it just feels fresh. There's this electric vibe to it that makes you want to dance, and I think that's part of why the video became the most viewed K-pop MV in 24 hours when it dropped. It also hit number 1 on YouTube's global music video trending list, which is wild considering how much competition there is every single day. Now here's something I want to throw out to all of you watching. Do you feel like ATEEZ is finally getting the global recognition they deserve? Because if you've been here since their Pirate King days, you know they've been killing it for a while. But this comeback feels different. It feels like a turning point, like a moment where the world finally stops sleeping on them. Also, what do we think about Lemon Drop as a title track compared to their past releases? Like, Gorilla was so intense, Bouncy was chaotic fun, but Lemon Drop feels like a blend. It's fierce, but it's also playful. And the choreography, as always, is tight. ATEEZ never slacks on stage presence, and I can't wait to see them perform this on shows like Music Core. Oh, and speaking of that, mark your calendars. They're appearing on MBC's show, Music Core, on the 14th. You know that performance is going to go viral. Let's also take a second to give it up for ATEEZ, the fandom. Because chart dominance like this doesn't just happen. It takes support, coordination, passion, and let's be real, some serious streaming power. You guys showed up and made a statement. Now I want to hear from you. What's your favorite track on the album so far? And do you think this is ATEEZ's strongest comeback yet? Or are you still loyal to earlier eras like Wonderland or Answer? I love comparing eras and seeing how their sound and concept keeps evolving. Also, real question, who owned this comeback for you? Because every member had a standout moment. I'm still recovering from San's stage presence, and don't even get me started on Hongjoong's charisma in the MV. But I want to know your top picks. Who made your jaw drop this time? Alright, let's keep the hype going because this next story is another celebration in the K-pop world. And speaking of groups who are blowing up in real time, let's talk about BOYNEXTDOOR. Because wow, they are on fire right now. If you thought their rise last year was fast, this year they're moving at full speed with no breaks. These guys are not just the rookies to watch anymore, they've officially entered the performance powerhouse territory. So here's the update. BOYNEXTDOOR is currently on their very first solo tour, Knock on Volume 1, and they've just sold out their encore concert in Tokyo at Keio Arena. Not for one night, not for two, but for 3 straight nights, from the 28th to the 30th. That's massive for a group that only debuted recently. Like, they've skipped the small venue phase and jumped straight into arena territory. That's how you know the demand is real. This encore in Tokyo is actually a follow-up to their Japanese tour earlier this year, which already had fans going wild. That January-February leg sold out across 6 cities with a total of 12 performances, all packed. Every single ticket gone. That's not just hype. That's solid proof that BOYNEXTDOOR has a serious grip on the Japanese market. And you know what? I'm not even surprised. If you've seen them live or even just watched their stage videos, they bring the kind of energy that sticks with you. Their choreography is sharp, their stage presence is magnetic, and they have this fresh but confident aura that really sets them apart from other newer groups. But it's not just about the concerts. The music itself is pulling numbers. Their 4th mini-album, No Genre, just got a gold disc certification from the Recording Industry Association of Japan. That's not easy to get. It means major physical sales. Physical, in this digital age. That's a whole other level of fan dedication, and let's talk charts. No Genre hit #1 on Oricon's weekly album ranking and the weekly combined album ranking. That means they're not only selling albums, but they're also dominating digital and physical categories. It's their 3rd time getting a double crown. That consistency? Rare. Most groups take years to reach that level of dominance, and BOYNEXTDOOR is already carving out that record in less than 2 years. So here's a question for all the fans watching. Do you think BOYNEXTDOOR is on track to become one of the top-tier K-pop groups of this generation? Because their growth curve is insane. Some people might have slept on them during debut thinking, oh, they're just another boy group with a cute concept. But now, the performance game is tight, their musical color is unique, and they're proving they can sell out domes and top charts internationally. Speaking of domes, they're about to wrap up this tour in Seoul with a final concert at the Case 4 Dome from July 25th to 27th. That's going to be huge. Like, imagine the energy of fans seeing them close out their first tour at a dome in their home country. Goosebumps. And you know how K-pop concerts go. Once you close at home, that's the moment where surprises happen. Special stages, announcements, tears, fan projects. It's going to be emotional. So now I'm curious. Are any of you planning to attend one of their tour stops? Or maybe you caught one of the Japanese shows earlier this year? I want to hear what your experience was like. Also, let's talk favorite tracks from No Genre. Which song do you think hits the hardest live? For me, there's just something about how they arrange their vocal parts and build up the energy on stage. It's so well crafted. And here's something to think about. With so many groups pushing hard in Japan lately, what do you think sets BOYNEXTDOOR apart in that market? Why do you think their popularity there is exploding so fast? Is it the music, the concept, their visuals, or maybe it's the way they connect with fans? Let me know in the comments what you think about their rapid rise. Do you think they'll be headlining even bigger venues in 2026? Or maybe even a joint tour with other major groups? That's it for today's K-pop tour spotlight. 2 very different groups, ATEEZ and BOYNEXTDOOR, both showing us how global K-pop domination is done in their own unique ways. From ATEEZ to ATEEZ, it's an amazing time to be a fan.